It was Christmas morning and the silence hit me first. For the second year straight, my family had packed their bags and flown to Paris, leaving me behind. I didn't cry. I called the movers. 3 days later, they were screaming. That's how it happened. That's the cold, hard truth. But to understand why, to truly grasp the seismic shift that shook my world and theirs, you have to understand who I was. And who I had become. My name is Kevin. I'm 34, the oldest kid, the steady one, the guy everyone calls when a printer jams, a tire pops, or a bill needs paying. I used to run a small toilet paper manufacturing company. Glamorous? Absolutely not. Profitable? Oh, incredibly. We made a solid, dependable product, and during those strange early pandemic days, demand went through the roof. I rode that wave, worked myself to the bone, and then last year I sold my stake. Took a break. For the first time in a decade, I let myself be unemployed without panic. Without the gnawing anxiety that usually accompanies any lapse in productivity. I still woke up at 6 a.m. though. My brain, it seems, doesn't understand vacations. It's wired for structure, for responsibility. On Christmas morning, I woke up to an empty house. For the second year in a row. There were no half-empty mugs on the kitchen table, no stray pine needles from the sad, artificial tree my mom loves to over-decorate, scattering across the floor. No noise. Just the deafening silence of my own breath fogging in the cold kitchen air and the blinking red light on the thermostat that always needs new batteries. A small, persistent annoyance that perfectly mirrored my life. I checked the family chat out of habit. A familiar, almost involuntary twitch of my thumb. Blue bubbles stacked like a chorus, a triumphant digital symphony. Wheels up. Paris, here we come. A photo loaded. My mom, wrapped in a ridiculously oversized white scarf she'd bought for the photo op. My dad, holding a boarding pass with a triumphant grin. My sister Lauren, in a ridiculous red beret, bought solely for the bit, posing with exaggerated Parisian chic. My brother Matt, doing a forced smolder like he was auditioning for a toothpaste ad. All faces, all smiles. Behind them, rows of economy seats. And in those rows, no seat for me. I scrolled back to last night. No Merry Christmas, Kev. No, address to my place. No, drop the spare key with the neighbor. Nothing. The kettle clicked off, its sudden silence amplifying the quiet. The quiet got heavy. It pressed down on me, suffocating. I stood at the counter, staring at the phone like it might suddenly apologize. Then my dad's text popped in. Timestamped 4:17 a.m. Don't be dramatic. Flights were tight. You're fine. I typed, deleted, typed again. My messages always came out small, almost apologetic. You left without me. 3 dots. Then Mom. Kevin, we discussed this. Lauren had a bonus seat from her miles and Matt needed the aisle for his knee. You hate long flights, remember? We'll FaceTime from the Eiffel Tower. Be grateful. It's Christmas. I could hear her voice in that text. Sweet on the surface, sharp underneath, like a perfectly wrapped box of barbed wire. Lauren chimed in. We thought you'd be busy. Job hunting, networking, you know. The implication hung heavy. You have nothing better to do. I put the phone down because my hands were shaking. All I could hear were last year's words. The same routine. Next time, Kev. You know how it goes. I walked to the living room. The stockings were still hung above the fireplace. The one with my name, a simple red felt with a white cuff, had been emptied early. A folded note stuck out of it like a tombstone. Kevin, can you please cover the utilities this month? Paris was a stretch. We'll settle up in January. Love you, Mom. My throat went tight. Love you. Funny. It felt like a sticker they slapped on a box of demands, a shallow label to justify exploitation. The house hummed around me like a big, polite stranger. It was my house, my name on the deed, my mortgage, my repairs, my meticulously maintained garden. But on Christmas morning, it felt like a waiting room I wasn't invited